What's going on, guys? It's another episode of Inside the NFL Mind of Mine. I am your host, Miami the Great. I hope. Okay, there we go. I was hoping that the mic was working. I was fixing on the mic. Another episode of Inside the NFL Mind of Miami. Welcome everyone. We're almost close to the season of the NFL. We're at week. It looks like we're at week 11. I think that is correct. Let me make sure. We could be on week 10, but I think we're on week 11. We're a weeks away from the first NFL kickoff, where me and CJ will return to the EVP in Miami NFL recap. So shouts out to CJ for adding me on to the show as a name on the show. I'm his co-host on that show. It's normally on his EVP YouTube, so you can guys can go over there and check him out on YouTube. We'll be doing the recaps of all the games of the week. We'll be going early, 2 weeks early before the season starts. We'll be really kind of doing mostly what I've been doing, a similar breakdown of what we think is probably going to become. Thursday, I might do the same thing, give another deep dive, might look into some more bets. 11 weeks away. I know it's been a lot of news out about NBA, but that had gave me some ideas about what possibly could possibly go on for the NFL, because I feel like there could be some moves made once we get up to the trading season, and I feel like we'll probably get some big news and some big things going on. I always said that maybe Sanders is one. Definitely, when we find out who will be started, I feel like there could be some moves made, especially when a lot of teams are probably not going to be doing good right now. I was telling you guys, I told you guys about what was going on with Geno Smith and his stuff with his legal problems that was going on. I did report that here on Inside the NFL Mind with you guys on some things that were going on with that. So those and that has me kind of concerned on some things that could possibly happen as we get closer to the NFL season of the NFL. Um, so that was something that I did share with you guys um, this previous week of the following week of the NFL. Like I say, we're getting a few news here and there. I feel like the NBA has touched such a great shape that people are really thinking about NFL, because, like I say, it's only 11 weeks away, and I think as we get closer, that's when you'll probably still see people interested into the NBA, I mean NFL season. So it's quite well to see where we're going to go from here. I feel like there could be a lot of stuff of how we can go. Free agency is very a big concern, because and the reason why I was saying that, because of most of what I've been seeing on the bet slips. I've been seeing on other things. Shouts out to Underdog, fantasy football. Oh, those guys over there, they liked one of my posts 5 hours ago. We use their mock draft. If you know, before the draft started. So if you guys missed that episode, you can always go back on YouTube and go check that out. There's a couple of there if you guys want to check that out. So it's on you guys. To check it out, because, like I said, it was kind of a mostly breakdowns of what direction most of the draft was going to go, and most of the stuff that I said that was happening on the draft did happen, far as the NFL. So that was something that we did take a look at and discover over a period of time of where we was going to go as far as NFL. Let me pull up some information here, because we did get a lot of news throughout this week. Some was sad. I did see some news about Patrick Mahomes earlier today on Sleeper NFL, guys, that I'm gonna read over here once I pulled it up. Let's see. Should be on the and the NFL is going crazy. Um, if you guys haven't been on, people are posting the teams are posting LeBron James being on their team. The football teams is crazy. LeBron, he's a major figure in sports, so they're just being silly. It's crazy what's going on right now of in the NFL. Yeah, like I say, guys, get your fantasy football teams together. I tried to get into fantasy football a while back ago. Couldn't kind of understand it. Um, Probably gonna try to get into it. Try to test the waters out. I won't probably put too much stock in it myself because I still don't understand it. It'll probably take me some time. I'm really just getting adjusted to the bets of what's going on with the bets that's been going on. I know you guys. I did report the news about the um, college um, student that was doing all the gambling. This is a update on his status of what's going on, saying that they did acknowledge that his gambling problems is in the statement. Following the news of his statement with the NFL and the NFLPA sources of his draft eligibility, he was noted that that getting caught was truly the best thing that he could have happened. So I guess this guy, and it's weird. He's digging himself more deeper into a hole. I feel like he should. I mean, it seems like he's not taking. That doesn't sound like accountability to me. I mean, will will they start taking actions on him? I don't know. That's a great question for the NFL. Would they take some pursuits on him to really kind of like see what kind of punishment? I feel like they feel like maybe the punishment basically is him basically not taking anything serious of the NFL. Um, that's really kind of crazy. So it looks like I'm looking here. It looks like um Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift is finally got married. Well, this week is the wedding week, so congrats to those guys. There that is some good news because like I say, I did see the initial report about the running back of Tennessee having the ALS. Said them. My prayers goes to I don't know too much about the player. Because like I say, I really didn't pay too much attention to Tennessee because one of those great best teams. But my wishes still go to the player that is the running back who did play for Tennessee. Hopefully, everything will get better with him as we go within time. Um, Here it says the statement from the Texas Tech quarterback. He said, "There has been a lot of news about me out there, and I want to share my this statement to make sure that to make sure things are clear, and I accept 100% responsibility of of my acts. I did not have control of my gambling problem, and I did, and it took me to get caught to realize what I did. So okay, he's saying he realized that he did have the gambling problem because the way I read it, it was a short statement. So I'm reading the full statement now because at first I was like, well, it says sound like he's taking accountability, but I was reading the short statement. So this is the full statement. It's from Adam Shepard. If y'all guys want to see the full statement, but he was saying that he realized that you know yeah, he said I realized that, but it was truly the best thing that could ever happen to me, because of this, I have been able to get help and I need to fully focus on my recovery. So I mean, it sounds like he's glad but he did ask, but it's kind of crazy because he did ask the NFL to do I don't know the name of it. I think it's like a supplement draft where you can still be drafted into this class. He was the only one. The NFL was like no, because of what happened with him with the in college, because he was actually going to go back play for them, but he got caught with this gambling thing, and they was like, hey, you can't even play this year. I think he can't even play in the Canadian league, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think nobody probably would take him because I think a lot of people are more either feeling like, okay, if you don't take this punishment seriously, then there's no point of you continuing to go the way you're going. And I think they a lot of people want to have him take this punishment very seriously, and for just not NFL. So maybe hopefully you'll probably see a statement with about him um, going into the next year draft. Maybe he'll say, hey, I got the help I need, which hopefully that will be true. And I'm ready to start a new chapter with. Hopefully that will be the case that he'll be back into the he'll get another chance, another start. Hopefully that will happen for him because that's something that I hope a lot of people want to see. But we'll have to see where they're going to go with that. But shouts out to the Texas Tech quarterback for taking responsibility. That's the first step of doing what you got to do. We got news here about um, Dallas Cowboys. The running back Jalen Williams is still grinding after signing his contract extension this summer. Um, so he said, "Hey, he's still gonna be grinding." I feel like I feel like the Cowboys running game um, is something that you haven't seen in quite some time. But I feel like what they got two such, and I feel like no shades on Lamb, because Lamb is good. It just feel like I feel like Pickens is better. Um, Williams is a pretty decent running back. I feel like he did do pretty good when they got into the red zone. He did get a couple of TDs here and there. I feel like Dallas was more of a passing team because you had two of the great you had two great wide receivers. Now sometimes CD Lamb did drop a lot of balls, and a lot of balls that he shouldn't drop. Pickens did way better, but the way they did Pickens on this contract, if he comes out and do the same thing, they don't pay him, man. I wouldn't blame if Pickens says he wants to go in and get a trade. And knowing Jerry, he'll probably trade him. So you know how they are with the Cowboys. But yeah, like I say, shouts out to Williams for saying that he's still grinding even though he got that contract extension, want to prove himself, and that's what it's all about. Want to prove yourself and get better and get your teammates. Hopefully, have your teammates around you get better too. So that's something that we'll have to keep taking a look at and looking into and seeing how would they go. What would they go further? Because like I say, one of my biggest concerns for Dallas is the Giants. I feel like I said it on here that I feel like the Giants could be a better team than the Cowboys. I feel like they are not what they should be, and they should be hopefully better than what they was at. Um, this is some of the news I did tell you guys. I seen some of this news about Patrick Mahomes speaking about the Kansas City Chiefs. One person that I did say myself, guys, I was pretty concerned about, but it says Patrick Mahomes did give a statement about about hold on, I pressed something by mistake. I'm sorry about that. I did that time, guys. We'll get the X back up here in a few minutes. Sorry guys about that. I was trying to close out one tab and click the tab that I was in. Um, but like I said, let's get back to the. Let's go back to. I had the. We're going to get back to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes did make a statement about his really initially an update of how he's feeling this year. Like I said, it was one of the he was one of my main concerns because he's that franchise. He's Kansas City franchise player, and I feel like I was hoping that they didn't rush him back or is not rushing him back. Like I say, I will read his initial statement here. I'm gonna pull it up here. Let me get it back up here for you guys. So like I said, I closed out. I had too many tabs open, so I was trying to close out one of my other tabs, and it didn't close out. Um, but here we go. It says, okay, we got it here. This is a statement from Patrick Mahomes saying Patrick Mahomes was saying on how his recovery is going. It's going good. It's going good. I'm almost several months out now. It's a lot of work, but I'm giving. I gotta use it it now. Now it's just being confident and doing everything, doing it every day, and helping having people that like who have pushed me to doing that. My training in the factory and outside the factory, and then there's my family, my support, and me. I'm trying to be ready to go with one, so I can stay on top of it. So it sounds like he's saying he's trying to be ready. He's not. So it's not 100% um saying that he will be ready week one. There was rumors saying that he will be. Um, I wouldn't rush him back because this is like I said, Kansas City. This is your franchise player. I don't think you would want to put him in that um that kind of predicament because the injury could get worse. I mean, unless you have another idea of who else can be a, a good quarterback for you out there. I can't see one, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't risk it. You know, so it'll be really interesting on seeing how they're gonna go. About are they gonna start them? I wouldn't risk. But they don't have a great and that's maybe one that's still going to be with him for quite some time. I think he signed for at least 3 years. Wow, if you don't for sure, because I'm pretty sure you got to understand that. But I'm pretty sure, yes, you got Walker for running back, and you have Travis Kelsey, but you still need a. They had a decent quarterback. I think Patrick seat back for a little while and get more healthy. If they hold up the ship for a while until he gets back. Like I say, a couple games they got are pretty. I feel like easy game for Patrick Mahomes. They need someone. I wouldn't say level be on that level. I know a lot of people don't like Josh Allen, but I say Josh Allen can be an okay quarterback. I know he has a couple of interceptions here and there, but he does have that grind on being a decent quarterback. And that's one thing I like about him. He still hasn't been to the big one yet, and he's still waiting to get to that get the chance to do that and be that. So that's one thing that I can say. He's one person that comes to mind. I love golf, Jared Goff. You got Matthew Stafford. Sam Donald. The only thing about Donald is once he has one wide receiver, he's focused. That's the only thing that kind of Donald. Not Sam Donald. I'm not saying Sam Donald's not a good quarterback, but I don't feel like he's on that Patrick Mahomes level. The reason I say golf because golf is pretty decent too. Um, long as and I feel like Hurts doesn't get the respect that he does because you got to think about it. This guy's went through so many offensive coordinators and still played damn near decent. I think that's the part that people don't get, and they be like, "Oh," they start ragging. I'm like, this man has had different offensive coordinators and at least a decent sit fall off the rails. It didn't fall. They didn't fall down where you just like, man, what's going on? Because they have these great players. Yes, they have had the stuff that had what was going on with Brown, but now Brown's gone. He's with Smith. We also get to see Lemon, but I haven't seen nothing new about Lemon being his update status of being not injured because he was dealing with an injury through camp, which does kind of concern me. But he is a rookie. Can Smith and Saquon hold the ship? Yes, I feel like those Hurts, Saquon, and Smith can hold the ship, but I would like to see what can Lemon bring to the table for the Eagles' future. So that is something that I can't wait to see from them when we think about the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's something that I wanted to get out there too because like I say, Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback, and I feel like you don't want to just rush him out there and get him out there to kind of want to cost your whole season. Speaking of Brown, they just showed him in the Patriots jersey. Um, but yeah, that's something that we'll have to see as we get along in time. Um, I wanted to discuss the new. I did say something about the running back in Tennessee. We're because we'll probably talk about a few bets here, guys. We'll look at a couple bets, and I'll give you guys a couple thoughts about some of these people who are on free agent. We're on team week 10. We might do 10 and 11. Let me see something before I go to the this because I want to see can I change the page so you guys can see it a little better on your end because I don't think you can. I don't think I can do that. Let me see because I want to see. I want to give it um, a dart feature for you guys so you guys can see it on your end because it's so bright. I know because it's the white of it, but of it. I think I found it real quick, guys. Hold on, me because we're gonna go into this. We're gonna go over here on ESPN and look at some of the schedule. No, they don't got it because it's so bright. I don't know why the brightness is on for this thing, man. Okay, maybe we can do it like that. So let's. let's get into some of this. The schedule for the NFL. Like I said, we left off at week 10. Yeah, we're starting back off at week 10, guys. We're going to talk about week 11 too. Here with you guys. But let's get into it. Like I said, we're starting off week 10 with the Commanders and the New York Giants. This is a night game, 8 o'clock game. This is actually in there, and the Giants. Well, I would say because they play in Jersey, but their stadium is in Jersey. It's in MetLife Stadium. DraftKings on the money line has the Giants as the winner for this game. I'm not gonna lie, I would take that too. I would take the Giants here. Um, like I say, they have a lot of offensive weapons. This is week 10. We should start back hearing a little reports about Scatterbull. If he's not back by now, um, he'll probably be back close to maybe, depending on how they are, they can probably have him wait out to maybe week um, 13, 14. You don't want to keep him too long because this is getting close to time of when you want to start using your running game here for week 10 for New York. If he's not back at week 10, I would say that he will probably get the first TD, especially if this is the first game he's back. But if not, you still got Likely, you still got Odell Beckham, and you still have a great quarterback that can score on his team. They have a great tight end on his team. I would say the backup quarterback is pretty decent. We'll have to see how he's going to fare. I think they're going to probably if they I think they're going to try to test out the running first. If they feel like the running is not going well, they'll probably switch to the passing. Which I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if they come out straight passing first, just to challenge the defense. Will it be a mistake? It depends on who they take on first. I don't think so. It can. I feel like they can do a shootout with any team with the weapons they got. I just feel like the wide receivers will have to step up for their quarterbacks and win this game. I'm still wondering what's going to go on with the Commanders. The Commanders, right now, I feel like, are a team that still needs to prove themselves. Do they have the team to do that? No, but it is a lot of people that did say they want to be on the team. You have Ayuk wanted to be on the team, and you had Stephon Diggs. You had both of the Diggs brothers say they wanted to be on Washington Commanders, which was quite interesting. Um, the Diggs brothers are in the free agency pool. I feel like, and this is why I was saying, guys, about all the stuff that's going on in the NBA. I feel like the NFL is going to probably wait till they get close to that Nate's trade day, stuff like that. Or they'll probably wait till we get real close to the NFL season. I wouldn't be surprised they do that too. But I wouldn't get too excited because even if they say at the last minute, that was a lot of training camp those guys missed. I don't know why organizations would do that. Because maybe they feel like they're going to want to see how they test out the guys and see how they do. You might don't see nothing until maybe after the preseason, where some of the people you'll see a lot of people get cuts because there will be probably a lot of cuts. Once the cuts are done, you'll see a lot of teams maybe um, you probably have a lot of coaches and organizations wait and see how players are playing and see how they will fare on field. So those things are something that I feel like we um, have to see at the end of the day. So I think that's something that we'll have to see. But I would take the Commanders here too. Like I say, I feel like that's a great pick by DraftKings. So yeah, I would go definitely Commanders on there too. Um, so starting off on Sunday, we have a Sunday morning game. I know if you guys were familiar, we had a lot of morning games on Sundays. Maybe some of the crazy games to wake up to because you had to wake up early. This one is actually at 9 o'clock. This is not too bad. They're doing this one in Germany. It's New England and the Detroit Lions. DraftKings has Detroit Lions for the money line, saying that they will win this game. Um, this is a morning game. It's overseas. It depends on, I don't know, because I know one time there was a team that came in the last minute and they didn't play well because you probably had the team probably was a little jet lag. So if it depends on if both of the teams are there, I would swing my vote more to New England. This will be a hard one to pick who would actually win because you probably won't find out who flew in late unless you just like watching the kickoff shows. Because I know a lot of people, when it comes down to doing your bets, you want to put in your bets early. People like me, especially me, I want to put in my bets early. Most of the majority of the time when they're day games, I try to put it in that next day, Saturday night, and try to put it in there. He said, "What's up with my team? Who? Which team? Which team you talking about? And also hi Miami. You talking about the Patriots or the Lions? Um, I feel like the Patriots. If you're talking about the Patriots, I feel like the Patriots are. I feel like they're a decent enough team. I feel like they um are having they have a great status team. I feel like they are good enough to get back to the playoffs now because they have Brown. I feel like AJ Brown. I say AJ Brown. Well, yeah, AJ Brown has a would be happy because he's the number one. He'll be the number one receiver that what he won't. He'll mostly get the ball. He'll probably be the primary um, person getting fed the ball probably the most. I think the thing about this is that the, the thing about that is that Brown has to realize that now defenses are probably going to double cover you. Make sure they are man zone. Make sure that zone is out there, man coverage. Things like that to make sure to keep that field covered. Now he will have to beat that coverage to be open to make plays. And like I say, Brown can do that. Brown, and I don't have no bad ill will. It's just what he was bringing into the locker room with the Eagles wasn't healthy, and I feel like maybe that could have been most of one of the problems too. Because when he was unhappy, you seen it on camera. We seen it plenty of times on camera, especially when Saquon came. It seems like it had got a little worse. So I feel like those things are something that he'll be happy now. I think you will see that if you're talking about the New England Patriots, you'll see a great significant difference with the team of the Patriots. So we'll see. So um, we'll definitely see what's going to go on. I think I did this week, but like I said, I think most of these weeks have been the same. We're on week 10. Here, let me see. I think I did week 10, guys. Let me make sure, 'cause I think I went over the same one, but most of these schedules are looking the same. Uh, no, I didn't do this week because I definitely didn't remember. Eagles. Hold on, guys. But you got Kansas City and Atlanta. I could have swore. I think we did this week, guys. Let's squip over to the week 11. because I could have swore we did this week. Some of these weeks are starting to look the same. I think we did week 10, guys. So we'll start off week 11 because I could have swore we did week 10. He said Dallas Cowboys. I feel like, um, I mean, even though, I feel like Dallas has, they always had talent. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it could have been. We'll see them went through coaches. We'll see them trade good players. Michael Parsons was. Why would you give that up for your defense? Even though he got injured, Green Bay hasn't really got the player that we have seen. When is he going to come back? I don't know. That'll be something that we'll have to wait and see. I feel like the Cowboys have a on paper, and I'm just going to be honest, because like I say, now we don't got Brown, but like I say, I knew Brown was a distraction, but he also had some great catches. He was that guy that you could depend on if Smith wasn't open. Now it probably be Lemon and Smith, and like I say, only thing that's concerning me is that Lemon. I did see a report. I didn't forget about it. I haven't seen no updates about him being a little banged up, and that kind of concerns me. Now he should probably, hopefully, he's going to be better because, like I said, that was a while ago, way before we had now. I know we're 11 weeks away. We'll probably hear some. I'll probably see some new information about that soon. But when is the next draft going to start? I think next year it's April the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the 28th or 29th. It's real late. I think it's the 29th, Aaron. I think it's the 29th. It's going to be actually in Dallas. Not Dallas, but Washington, D.C. That's going to be interesting to see how they do it because they did very well at Pittsburgh. I think this draft will be very watch because you, like I say, you do have the Peyton Manning's nephew going into the draft. Um, it'll be really interesting to see other players. Right now, I think the eyes will be on him. I think there will be some breakout stars for college because college is something I really will be probably doing bets on too to get those bets in. Like I said, I probably do like two or three. Because yeah, I like watching college football. It's not how it used to be, but last year was almost better. Maybe because my Hurricanes was good. Maybe that could have been it. But it was just not that. It was a lot of teams in the college that they was trying to do in college when it came to college football. This new bracket they're trying to do. I think they're trying to make it more exciting for the college people who watch college. And I think they didn't do bad last year. I can't wait to see this new bracket they're going to do. Maybe it will get better, but I can't wait to see how the college side is going to do for that next year draft, Aaron. Because I think Peyton's their nephews maybe probably one of the most people who are being watched this year. I wouldn't be surprised to give him the Heisman. I would put him down for if I was a bad man. I wouldn't be surprised. That would be probably a bet I would put down because, like I said, I can't think of no one um, playing this year that will probably be mostly talked about going into next year's draft. So we'll have to see. But yeah, when it comes to college, it'll be really interesting on seeing how they're gonna go by everything of it. And see who they're gonna who all with when we get into the NFL of this season. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how they're gonna go about everything. Um, Here, I'm just zooming in, guys, so we can see this schedule really clear. We're on week 11 here, guys. I think we stopped at week 10. I went over again. I'm sorry about that, guys, because we did discuss week 10 already. But let's start on week 11. We'll do week 11 and week 12. Um, we're starting off with week. 11 with the Thursday game. This is a night game. It's in Houston. This is a home game for the Houston Texans. The DraftKings has them winning for the money line for the Colts in Houston. Like I say, if Houston can be anything how their defense was last year, they could easily win this game. Just defense alone. I think that the main thing that and they have got better with offense. I feel like far as the run because I feel like they got the running back Montgomery because maybe they wanted to take a little make the quarterback of Houston feel like they wanted to take a little pressure off him, which I don't feel like there was no pressure on him. I think the pressure didn't come until they got close to the playoffs. I don't think through the season there was no pressure. I think that, but I feel like Houston, if they get back that close, that they will want to make the quarterback feel like, well, the pressure that it won't just fall back on you. We got somebody else to have your back and have you a little backup, and that could be one of the things here. They have Houston winning. I will go with Houston too. You can go a lot of ways with TDs in here. Um, could this be a low scoring game? I don't think so because you still got JT on the opposite side of the Colts. He had a great season last year. He was a great running back. I feel like once Jones got injured, I think the Colts kind of fell apart. Yes, they did use yes they get did get Mike Pitts to the Steelers. This is another team. I was gonna give y'all guys a list of people who I feel like need a wide receiver and teams. This is one team I feel like they need a decent wide receiver, and that's why I say, you got Tyreek out there. I know I said the Bears need a wide receiver too. I feel like that. I feel like they need a wide receiver that I would say mostly a safety blanket. I feel like if Tyreek can come back and be, I feel like he has so much proof. In Miami, they started off great. So the Tyreek was somewhere down the line once Tallulah got injured and got that concussion. You start seeing that things was the same, and that wasn't Tyreek fault. It's just you didn't have the quarterback, and that's why I tell you guys when I was saying earlier about if Patrick Mahomes ain't there, you'll see it. You can tell from any team. I think Arizona is going to deal with that. I feel like they got a decent team, and Marvin Harris Jr. I feel like they have a decent team, and the new running back that they got, Love. I feel like they got two good young guys. This was one of the teams that I was like, man, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see Sanders on this team if Cleveland's not going to use him. And I'm pretty sure Cleveland probably won't because you paid Watson all this money to play. But I think Cleveland is want to see if Watson can come back anything like he was um with his days of playing in Houston. um Cleveland probably will start making decisions on um, trying to call around teams and seeing what they can get for some of the quarterbacks they got. Probably a few players to try to um, do some parts to make their team better in other spots. I wouldn't be surprised to see that, especially on defense, because now the defense, I wouldn't be surprised if they make some, switch arounds to just try to get their defense a little better because they're going to need it now for us on Cleveland Browns. But I feel like Houston can win this game on this week here. Give me Houston, Texas too on this week. We're going to start off with a just straight up afternoon game. This is actually in the New York stadium, so this is a home game for Buffalo. Miami, like I say, right now Miami only has a run game right now. Um, I thought Miami could have been better than what they were. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Miami's going to need a lot of work. I have to see it first. Do they have a decent quarterback? Yes, I feel like um, Wells do great. Um, could he be a great starter? I think this will be something that he'll have to prove to not just the world to the team. And that's something I'm interested in seeing. I mean, you was hearing talks about Cleveland was going to probably get him because they wasn't confident in Sanders, and if that's true, we'll definitely see. Like I say, we see the head coach from Cleveland saying that he always wanted to coach it Sanders since college because he was with the Georgia Bulldogs. He was the offensive coordinator over there. He was with the Ravens. They were trying to get Sanders, but it didn't go well. And now he has him. And all we have been hearing is that they have been battling for that quarterback. It has been a quarterback battle, so that's something that we have to see. But when it comes to Miami and Buffalo, this is a rival game. Um, will Miami play them tough? They'll try. The defense will try, but I feel like on offense they won't have enough to maybe get down the field. Now you probably do a run here and there, but if Buffalo is good with stopping the run, you're definitely going to try to have to make a. I wouldn't try to go crazy long plays. I'll try to do short plays here and there. Just I think Miami best thing is trying to just not keep the ball out of Buffalo hand, but at the same time trying to score it. Yes, field goals are good. It is points, but if the other team is getting um, touchdowns, it will not help you in this game. I feel like Buffalo will definitely, especially this week, because it will be week 11. Buffalo will definitely try to show people that, hey, we're ready for the playoffs because this is close to like teams are starting to look at the around the league to see where they're going to land and get into the playoffs and things like that, and how their team is and how healthy their team is, and especially if they can take the lead quick. I feel like Buffalo will start sitting players because this is week 11 and they why not give company your players a little rest here. So yeah, give me Buffalo too. I think I'll go Buffalo on this game too. I don't see Miami taking the lead on this one. You got Saints in Chicago. This is actually in Chicago. This is kind of like around that time where it's going to get kind of cool. So I would give this to the Chicago Bears because the weather is going to probably be a little bit crazy here. So this might affect a little bit of New Orleans gameplay, but I wouldn't count New Orleans out. Like I said, I feel like New Orleans can be that team that will probably catch a lot of people on surprise. They're one of my teams that I will be having a look at and hoping that they can come off the same season they did last year. So that will be something that I'll be very interested in seeing when it gets to the Saints. They have the Chicago Bears winning. I would take the Bears on here too because like I say, it's around that time where it gets a little cold, and we'll wait. We'll definitely have to see how it's going to go um, for the Saints. And now the Saints could do an upset, but like I say, this is a South team. They play in a dome, so something like this will probably affect their gameplay. Could affect Bears play too. Now, like I said, because Bears are one of those teams that I feel like can need a wide receiver too. I was just talking about them, so that would be something we'll see. Say, correct me if I'm wrong. The playoffs start this summer, right? No, no, not the no, no, not for not for no, 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 not for NFL. Now they did change for 17. They did do a 17 game schedule finally. But no, we will actually get the playoffs. Actually, it'll still be in the winter because the Super Bowl will be on Valentine's Day. Which is what, like I said, won't be no problem. I mean, hey, that only has me now thinking that it'll probably be two good teams that are going to go. I'm pretty sure the Rams are probably going to go because they're probably going to want those views. The second team is very interested on the way they're going to go because they can go anyway. I feel like the Chargers can get in there. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised they have Buffalo in there. because they probably want people to watch it. They'll probably make it so hard for us to not want to watch it because I feel like definitely people will want to see Buffalo and the Rams. I think that would be a great Valentine's Super Bowl game because I think a lot of people want to watch that game. I think that could be it. Because I feel like even if it's the Ravens and Rams, yeah, Ravens have finally made it, but that doesn't scream like, oh man, we'll watch it. Now, a few people will want to watch it because they'll probably want to see can Lamar finally win the big one, and can the Rams finally? I'm pretty sure Matthew Stafford is going to play his butt off, especially with them um, drafting T.Y. Simpson. But they gave him a contract extension. But I feel like Matthew is going to go crazy. Um, if the Lions don't go, maybe could Matthew return back to the Lions? It could be, especially if things don't go. If they don't want, if the Rams don't want to resign Matthew Stafford, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I say, look at all the stuff that's going on in the NBA. I'm pretty sure if things don't shake up before we get to that Nate's trading day, it could definitely shake up for Nate's season. I can see a lot of moving pieces where maybe Matthew Stafford could be going back to the Lions, and maybe Golf could be going somewhere else. Like I say, I feel like I don't know how the Jets are going to fare. You could probably see Golf go to maybe the Jets. Maybe you could see Golf go to the Arizona Cardinals because I feel like that's all the Cardinals are missing on that team. But like I say, that has me. I feel like Sanders has to join a team that just not compliments him, but complements the team. And I why I say I feel like Arizona is a greater fit because it will be a young team, all have some amazing talent, and they can grow together and become something that could kind of sort of be like sort of what Chicago was. If Arizona can get Sanders and build around them, which they won't have much to build around because you already have a decent wide receiver that already has a little bit of experience. You will have a running back that had that 1 year of knowing what it takes to get wins and what how losses felt. And let's just say they don't wait to Sanders until the end of the year. I feel like Arizona can that missing piece would probably be Sanders. Now, not saying Golf can't not do that same thing for them if they move off on Golf, but Golf can be that too. But I feel like Matthew Stafford is going to play his butt off. He's going to play very, very well. Now, that doesn't mean, like I say, as much as crazy things we've seen, I'm like, I just feel like, guys, the NFL is going to do. We seen only just one thing. That was Myles Garrett go to the Rams. And I was like, man, that's crazy. But that's the only crazy thing we've seen so far. Yes, Kyler Murray going to the Vikings, but I was like, man, I feel like Murray needed a new start. The Brown news about Brown going to the New England Patriots, it's already was talks about that. We was hearing rumors about that. I was saying that they need to move on so we can get that locker room back focused. Let's see what was the real problem. Yes, was it coaches? Was it offensive coordinators? What was the real deal? That's what I feel like we was going with that. So that's something that we'll have to wait and see once we get to the but that's just my thoughts on it, guys. I love this Tennessee and Dallas game here, guys. This is actually going to be in the Dallas facility. This will be a great challenge for Tennessee. I raved about Tennessee, saying that Tennessee can be that team that will play well, especially hearing the news about the running back in Tennessee. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and this might be a crazy thing, but I won't be surprised if Tennessee at first. And I said this before that news came out, and the way they drafted, I'm not gonna lie. I would not be surprised if Tennessee gets into the playoffs, and get in the playoffs. Just get a playoff slot Will they get knocked out in the first round? Depends on who they're going against. If they're going against a great team, a decent defense, maybe. Because they could be sort of like how, or they can be like how Carolina was, get to maybe almost dead near there and get knocked out. They're going to remind us of sort of like how Carolina was. I feel like Tennessee will probably either be on that caliber or almost close to that. They're going to give us that vibe. I can't wait to see what Tennessee is going to do. And this is why I say I would love to see Sanders start on a star. I'm going to be honest. If they say Sanders starting, hey, would it be a little shocking to me? Yes. But I don't see them doing that because I'm thinking as organization wise, they've played Watson too much money. That's money they have wasted that is sitting on the bench. They're not going to sit. They're not going to start Sanders. And it's crazy. That's the situation they're in. You pay one quarterback this amount of money. He hasn't showed you the results of him being the same type of quarterback that he was in Houston. I think that he has to. They're gonna have to test the water. They're gonna say, "Hey, we got to put him out there." See, I mean, hey, if it goes up to week now, would they pull him? Maybe they probably wait to week 6, week 7, because by then they'll probably do the same thing how they did with the other quarterback that started Gillette or whatever his last name is. um, they might do the same thing and put Sanders back out there. And if Sanders can at least do what he did last time, he'd probably be better because now he get the reps. There's no excuses. And if he can play 10 times better, hey, Browns, you have your quarterback. Say, hey, we got our quarterback. We can move off on him. I know it'll be a little loss of us taking out that money that we lost, because sort of like how Miami did with Tula, it'll be sort of the same way. Hey, we're moving off of him. You see Miami do it, and now he's with Atlanta. Do I see Watson going somewhere else? Like I say, I feel like if things don't go well with Geno, you still got the Jets out there. You still got Arizona out there. There may be the two teams that I could think may need a quarterback. I wouldn't say Saints yet. I have to see how the Saints are going to play this year. The Saints are not much concerned because it seems like they got the pieces together at the end of the season, and I feel like if they can bring that momentum into this year, they can be a great team. I have the Saints probably winning the conference. Um, I still have an eye on Carolina, but a lot of times, sometimes teams play and they don't show the same results as they did the following year. I think the Carolina Panthers are have to show people that it wasn't a fluke for them. I don't see Tampa being much of a threat. Atlanta kind of had a lot of new stuff going. They have the team, they have the talent, but can they put that all together, especially with a new coach, new things going on in Atlanta? Can they do that? And most of the majority of the time, an organization can. They can overcome a lot of things that have maybe one of a great year that nobody's seen coming. I'm not counting out Atlanta, but I just feel like the Saints, if they can come off now, if the Saints don't, then the division definitely will probably belong to Atlanta, because I'm more worried about Carolina repeating the same type of um, play they did last year. Because you got to think about it, you're going to have a lot of injuries. You're going to have a lot of you got to worry about injuries, things like that. So that's something that we definitely will have to see when it comes to that side of the ball. But Tennessee, this will be a great. I think I would take Dallas here because it is in Dallas. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee takes the upset. I feel like Tennessee, if they can do this, they can prove themselves in the NFL to be a credible threat to a team. And I feel like Tennessee can do that. I feel like Tennessee's going to play very hard because of the news of just not the running back, but they'll have to play because they have. I feel like, to me, and I have to see. They got one of the best wide receivers out of the draft. I wanted him to go to the Browns, but I knew the way the order was, Tennessee was going to get him. When I was doing the mock draft, I said he's going to Tennessee, and it happened that way. He went to Tennessee. I was like, man, there's no way Tennessee's not going to grab him. I knew they was going to grab him. Then they did a defensive player, the Nate Brown they picked, which I mean was smart. They still got both of what they needed, um, and did a great pick. We was just talking about Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay. I was talking about their division just a few minutes ago. Just like I said, Detroit. I have been saying it seems like Detroit is another team that should have a lot of games that they should win. Now, the games that you feel like you should win and you're losing, I that's definitely going to be probably some red flags that okay, the Lions might start taking a different approach, a different move. They might move different. They might start saying, well, hey, we might got to move some more pieces, or is it the quarterback? What is it? Is it? Is I mean, I don't feel like it's a coach, but hey, these days, once they get rid of the coach, they're gonna start. The players are sometimes last unless you just really stinking up the place. I knew Tula was gonna leave. I was like, there's no way the Miami Dolphins should keep Tula because he wasn't playing well. And for Atlanta to say that he may start, I'm like, well, Atlanta, either you and like I say, I've seen times where Tula has played very well, but you got to think about if he's getting hit, then and he can't protect himself, will he be in concussion protocol? Could that mess some stuff up for his career? Hopefully not. But that's things that you have to worry about with him. He comes with that. He has a great wide receiver. He has a great running back if he does start. But I feel like Mike could do well. Mike Pitts. I mean Mike could do good with the at the quarterback position too. So that's something that we'll have to wait to see. Um, yeah, I would go Detroit here too. They're playing in Detroit. DraftKings has Detroit on the money line to win. Yeah, we'll definitely go Detroit because I feel like Tampa is going to really struggle without no good pieces of lesson. They go get somebody. Like I say, this is another team. I don't know if I failed to mention, but another team that needs a wide receiver too. And like I say, there are some in the wide receiver I mean free agency pool that a lot of teams that went to go got. Maybe organizations are believing in what already they got, but they could be waiting. I think a lot of teams are waiting um till we get close to maybe the season, which like I say, I feel like it ain't smart because I would rather your team. I would rather a player start building a um foundation with my quarterback in training camp. So when we get out there on the field, I can already kind of similarly know each other. Now it won't feel right until we start playing other teams because okay, the defense that you're playing is your defense, and y'all got some drills that you can't touch this person, that person because they're wearing a red jersey, things like that. But it won't actually be something until you get into a actual game with another team. We'll probably see a few glimpses of this and that here and there in preseason. You might get a couple plays here and there, just to test things out. But can we really go by that? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. That's just something to okay. Well, we're just using this to see where we got to adjust that and what we're going to do when we get to this point. And I think that's what the preseason is going to be for. It's always been like that. That's why they now I think they only do what 3 weeks now. They don't do too long. It used to be 4 weeks, but now I think it's three, which I'm cool with. It's just to get you no, especially now you got 17 games. Think about it. I wouldn't be surprised if it went down to probably 2 weeks of preseason games. But that's something that we'll have to see. But yeah, I would definitely go Detroit here too, guys. We was just talking about Arizona, Carolina, and this is Kansas City. This is actually in Kansas City. DraftKings has Kansas City in the money line. Like I say, if Patrick Mahomes is ready, and if he's ready to go, I feel like the Chiefs have a lot of games they're not going to lose. Now if they don't have their quarterback. They have a lot of games they're gonna. I mean, they have a they if they have Patrick Mahomes, they're not going to lose. But if they don't have Patrick Mahomes, they're going to probably lose a lot of games. Which, like I say, hey Broncos, if you're going to have your quarterback, and you see they say, hey, we probably ain't gonna have Patrick. We not finna start Patrick. We doing it day by day. Win as many games you can. Try to get ahead of it, because you don't know. Maybe they probably wait to see week 4, week 5. If the wheels start falling off, hey man, Patrick, you think you can go? And if he feel like he can go, I feel like they still have all the way up to that week a lot of games they can start coming back. Like I say, their schedule is not too um too hard to me, especially the type of talent team they got. Just not the team, the offensive coordinator they got, the coach they got. We already know the coach they got, and like I say, the team that's around them. So I the Chiefs can start rallying back later on down the line, even if they sit Patrick down at a certain period of time and just sit and wait. But I would say if I'm a Denver or the Chargers, I'm trying to win as many games just in case. Now, if he doesn't come back no time soon, hey, guess what? We good because one, we probably still make the playoffs, and then two, we ain't got to worry about the Chiefs. Because I thought how they was gonna do it was they wasn't gonna play Patrick. They was gonna wait, then maybe play him, next year. Because I mean, Kels still has a few years there. It's not like it's going to be 1 year and done. I think, even if he doesn't play that many games this year, he's still going to have 2 more years on his contract, and I feel like Patrick will be okay with that. So that's the way I thought it was going to go. But if Patrick Mahomes win this game, it could go Arizona. Even if even if they don't have him, maybe Arizona could win this game because, like I say, they're still good in the running game. It could be a lot of running because this is a week where you start seeing teams start doing a lot of running. So this week could be a running game. A great night for Love if Patrick's not playing, because they'll probably have the ball. I wouldn't probably do a very high scoring game for this game if Patrick's not playing. Even if he's playing, I would still do high. I don't see it going over 40. What they got at 44? Because I feel like once they get to a certain point, they'll probably start sending people, especially Patrick. If they're up like maybe 20 or almost close to 30 points, um, in the before the half, they're definitely going to sit Patrick, even if they come up like that in the third, and it's they still more time in the third quarter, and there's a lot of time left. They'll probably start sitting Patrick. You probably, I mean, I can still see the Chiefs running the ball because they still got Walker. He's a beast. You still got Kels. I don't think there'll be that much passing, but if Patrick does take a seat, you might see them sit Walker for a little while, just to get these guys rest up. Because, like I say, that's close to a week where you want to try to keep your guys as healthy as they can, as best as they can. And Chiefs are one of those teams that still scares me if they have a Patrick Mahomes. Um, I like this game here, Jacksonville versus New York. This could be possibly a great game and could be a game of the week. Both teams are strong on offense. They got this is actually in New York. They got Jackson winning this game. I'm not gonna lie, I would go New York over here. I think New York for that will. For me, I don't think it's an upset, but I think New York will go for the win here and win this game. Give me New York on this game. I think they would win on here. It is in New York. I think Jacksonville would take the loss here. I do got Jacksonville still winning a lot of games. Jacksonville could be one of them teams that still can get in the playoffs as long as they come back. I feel like they're more healthy if they stay healthy and their team comes back. Um, way better than they was, which they do have the opportunity to be better because I feel like Miami's going to probably take a seat back. They're definitely going to take a seat back again. It's crazy because unless they prove to me in a lot of these games they're not going to take a seat back, but I don't see how. Um, I don't see how they got rid of Waddle, they got rid of Tyreek. I don't see them really actually, and they don't have the money to go get no one, to pay because they all the money they did with Tua. So right now they're just gonna be rebuilding for quite maybe some time. Another team I feel like maybe take a back seat is gonna be probably Arizona. So Arizona, maybe Jets, and Ravens. So that opens up a lot of opportunities for Jackson to get a slot here, a slot there, somewhere where there's a lot of teams that won't get into these playoffs this year. And I feel like Jackson could make a second go at it again like they did last year. So definitely give me New York on here though, but I'll still take New York. You got Baltimore Ravens at Carolina. This is in Carolina. It has the Ravens winning. I think by this week you do have to start taking Ravens serious. I don't think the Ravens will get close. They're getting close to that week where this is like win time. So I would definitely go with DraftKings on this one. They have Ravens winning. I think Ravens will win, especially if Derrick Henry can play anything he played. I seen the man make 3 touchdowns by himself in a quarter. I feel like Lamar has to play way better. I think a lot of people doesn't trust Lamar because of the way he played. That's not going to trick me because I feel like I'm telling you guys, Lamar's going to probably play like a MVP. I'm going to put him down as an MVP because I wouldn't be surprised they give it to him, even if they are decent and they don't make it. Look, they gave it to Matthew Stafford, and they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. You don't got to go to the Super Bowl to get the MVP. So I feel like Lamar could be in that conversation. He's going to play like an MVP. I think I'm more worried about Carolina here, but this is actually in their home. Carolina, this will be a great challenge for them to win if they do win this game. That could be great for them, but it'll be very tough for them. The Ravens have a great defense, and route around this time, their defense starts stepping up as it gets close to playoff times. We got the New York Jets playing the LA Chargers. This is actually in the Chargers' hometown stadium. And DraftKings, this is one of the afternoon games. DraftKings has the Chargers as the winner for this game on the money line. I think I'm going to go Chargers too. This should be a pretty easy game for them. Like I say, I'm not sleeping on the Chargers. I feel like they're going to be another offensive team. I think a lot of people, if you know, I feel like they're going to be a decent team on offense. And I don't think people should sleep on them. If you are, you're going to be very shocked. Like I say, we seen them come out those first couple games last year and do good, and then they kind of fell off in the middle of the season. But they still made it. I feel like that's not going to be the case. As long as they can stay healthy, I feel like if they can stay healthy as much as they can, especially their key players that can get them, you know, to where they need to be, I feel like they can do some great work and a great job at what they do in the NFL. So give me Chargers too. I would take Chargers on this one too. You got Raiders and the Denver Broncos. This is actually in the Broncos stadium. DraftKings has the Broncos winning. I got the Broncos too because Bo Nix will be back. Yes, Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback, but I'm still worried about his line. He from what I told CJ said they have a pretty decent wide receiver. I think a decent tight end. So they're pretty much okay. I'm not saying that the Raiders are not going to score. They're going to at least get down the field and score. But I just feel like Denver should be able to win this game, especially with Waddle. I wouldn't be surprised if Waddle get at least a couple of TDs here. Waddle should get at least 1 or 2 TDs in this game. Bo Nix should at least throw 2. Because they love throwing. Now I'm very interested on seeing Are the Broncos going to go to that format they did last year, where they was throwing quite a lot? But so we'll see. He said we still haven't talked about the Jets. Yeah, I'm on the Jets now. On the Jets now. Far as the well, we'll go back to the Jets. Like I say, I don't see them beating the Chargers. To be honest, I don't trust Gino. To be honest with you, because I'm a little worried about him. Yes, they did pay their running back. Are they gonna? The Jets gonna be good in running? Yes, they're gonna be decent in running. I think my thing is I'm more worried about your quarterback. He he throws the interceptions. I'm not gonna lie. We seen how he was with the Raiders. I don't see no difference from this team, the Jets now, do will they have a better offensive line? Probably so. I feel like if they got better on the offensive line, if Gino gets enough time to throw, he makes some great plays here and there. But sometimes he does rush it and gets if he's taking on a great defense, he does get a interception. Chargers, do they have a decent defense? Yeah, they probably can get a pick off of him on this game. Now, if he can play carefree football where he's not throwing interceptions and not throwing too many interceptions, could they still win? Yes, if he's playing great football, Gino can win. We've seen him play some great football. He did it when he was with Seattle Seahawks, and I mean we see him play great on the under the head coach of the Seattle when he was up there. So I'm not saying Gino cannot be that quarterback that can get you there. It just feel like he didn't do well with the Raiders, and I mean Raiders. So we'll have to see how he's going to do with the Jets. Yes, he's back with the team that drafted him, so maybe that will motivate him. I feel like even though if Gino doesn't do well, this could be his last stop. I feel like this could be where he can maybe want to probably say, "Hey, this could be the end for me." He could probably still have a decent year and probably still, um, you know, go another probably 1 or 2 years, depending on if he does well with the Jets. I'm just, I'm very, the teams I'm most concerned about are the Jets. The Raiders, I don't see how they get over the hump. That's another team that I'm very concerned about. I said Arizona. I keep saying Arizona because Arizona has the talent. Arizona is going to kind of remind people of how Atlanta was. Had the talent, but there was pieces missing. I cannot blame it on the coach. I feel like there's a quarterback. They need a quarterback, and a lot of people are predicting that Peyton Manning's nephew could go to Arizona, and you could have the Manning and Mara Harris link up the next generation playing with each other, which would be crazy. But like I say, the thing about that is I say, well, if that's the case, what does that leave Sanders? Because I mean, Sanders would just be a backup because one, you'll like I say, if Watson goes out and play a great game for the Browns, you definitely will have Sanders in limbo. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with that because Watson, I think he's still like not too old, but he's still in that young version age. So, like I say, then you still have the Jets. I think Sanders will just be put in another bad position if he goes with the Jets. Too, I feel like he'll just be stuck now. Could he still be explosive? Yes, maybe he could, but you'll have to put those pieces around him to get him there. Like I say, anything can happen with other people in other spots and other places. We don't know. The teams that we're not thinking about yet that we'll have to see. I'm not gonna lie. If Patrick wasn't ready, and this might sound crazy, if things don't go well with Sanders, and let's just say that Patrick's not ready and KC is not doing well, I'll go get Sanders and try to see what we can get for Sanders. I feel like Kansas has enough to give up for Sanders and have him being a backup, especially being a backup behind Patrick Mahomes. I mean, even if Patrick Mahomes is just sitting there telling you things that to look for and look at, I feel like, man, I mean, why not? I mean, I would want to bag up a Patrick Mahomes because even if he comes back, seeing him play and just even if Sanders can do that for 1 or 2 years to see how Patrick plays and then leave and go somewhere else, it could maybe make him better. I feel like that's just something he needs, but we'll see. Like I say, that's people I always been concerned about. The next game here we got Steelers and Eagles. This is actually in Philadelphia. They got the Eagles winning. I can go Eagles. Like I say, we know Aaron Rodgers is on his retirement tour. I'm pretty sure this is another team they're probably not going to have lose too many games. They're probably going to try to ride this all the way up into the playoffs. Um, or they'll probably do like a Ben Robinson um, type of thing with them. They'll probably win a few games and get to that one game where they have to win and maybe they lose and then maybe they do something like that. You can't put that out the ram or two. Um, this is another team I wanted Sanders to go to, but now Mike Tomlin is not there. Um, I don't know now. This could be another team. I forget about that. I forgot Aaron Rodgers is retiring. So see, there's a team there that you can we can throw out there too. I feel like next year there probably is going to at least be 2 to 3 teams that may need a quarterback. I'm just saying that for right now. Like I say, we'll have to see how the year's going to go. I don't think other teams will need them. I feel like some teams have at least a decent backup. Now Miami would need one, but the thing about Miami is that they'll have to get someone who they can either have to be come in as a rookie or right now you can have for a while and don't have to worry about paying them no kind of crazy amount of money. I wouldn't have Sanders go to Miami because he doesn't have no one to throw to. Yes, they will have the running game. It will probably be a lot of running, but he will have to have someone to throw to. It'll be someone else that would need a wide receiver at the time. I feel like Miami doesn't have the team to be structured for him. So, like I said, I don't think Miami will need a quarterback until I see how the quarterback they got play. So I wouldn't put Miami on that list. But yeah, I forgot about Steelers. Steelers would definitely need a quarterback next year. So this could possibly be a team that would be looking into finding a quarterback. Most of the majority of the time, Steelers are known to get quarterbacks that are used to be on other teams, stuff. I mean, so who knows? I feel like they need to go young, but no, most of the majority of the time, Steelers haven't went young yet. They always got someone who's, and I know why because I guess they want that vet guy to be behind the be at quarterback, but they gotta go young, man. You gotta start building around a young player. It reminds me of what's the team? I would say back when the Browns was, but now the Browns has seemed like they started to go young, but they still haven't found their way too. So that's another organization that it's kind of sort of all around the place too. But I forgot definitely for the Steelers. Vikings and 49ers, this is going to be possibly a good game of the week, could possibly be a great game of the week. This is actually in Mexico. It's at 8 o'clock p.m., so it is a night game. They got San Francisco winning at this game. It's at Mexico. I would not be surprised if the Vikings could overcome the 49ers, but 49ers have a decent team. Long as everyone is healthy on the 49ers, even if you have maybe 1 or 2 players, but things I'm worried about is what's going to go on with Brandon Ayuk. If he's already gone, because like I say, you don't want to have that distraction in your locker room. As long as he's gone, I feel like the 49ers can overcome this, but I feel like the Vikings needs to win this game and should win this game. They should. They should, but the 49ers have the better team on paper, so that's why they have the 49ers winning this game. And I will probably go 49ers too because 49ers do could possibly win this game, especially being in Mexico. So it'll be a great game and be a great game to see. This could possibly be a game of the week, guys. So circle your calendar for that. And for it to be a Monday night game, hopefully everyone is healthy. Like I say, a lot of games that we seen on paper that we thought was good, a lot of teams, a lot of players was just hurt, and the game wasn't what we thought it was going to be. We got a lot of that last year, so we'll see how this year's going to go too. So can't put that out of your mind too. Um, the next game for the Monday night game, which is probably um, uh, uh, um, easy game here, will be the Bengals versus the Commanders. They got Bengals winning this game. This is actually a Monday night game. I would go Bengals too. Like I say, Washington, um, they need a lot. They need a lot of pieces. But like I say, this team took a lot of hits, and I feel like the team didn't get the um, the due of what happened from the previous season, and they're still going to be proving themselves. So they might miss a lot this year by trying to overcome it. They're going to have to go and probably start looking for some things to put this team at least damn near back to where it was at, because I feel like they had a decent enough team to get over the hump, but New York got better. I mean, the Cowboys already was pretty decent. I feel like they got better on both sides of the field, even defense and offense. Even New York, I feel like New York did good in defensive offense. So I feel like both of those teams got better, while Washington kind of got stuck in limbo, and this was there. I feel like my Eagles, I feel like Eagles and Commanders are going to either be tied in the conference, they'll probably fall down at the low, but I feel like it's either going to either be New York or Dallas. Two teams that could win this division. I feel like more New York, but hey, never know. It could be Dallas, because Dallas have won the division a couple times, and surprised everybody. They have a great team on offense, so I wouldn't be surprised. Here we have the bye week. We have Atlanta with the bye week. Carolina, Cleveland will have a bye week. Green Bay will have a bye week. The Rams will have a bye week. New England will have a bye week, and the Seattle Seahawks will have a bye week for Week 11. Let's move on to Week 12, guys. As we look at Week 12 schedule, pull it up. While that's pulling up, guys, I'm gonna make some quick shouts out. Shouts out to everyone who's in here. Thank you guys for joining me and on Inside the NFL Mind of Miami. If you would like to know where to follow us, you can either go and click this QR code that's above my head. It will take you to our I was about to say LinkedIn page, our page that will have everyone's tagger name in the bio. But if you go down below, if you scroll down below, you will see the DWE TV page. You will see the YouTube page. You will also see my page and also my co-host that leads with me on DWE Radio, Final Boss Baby. Link page there. You will see one of our Twitch pages on there that will be DWE Radio on Twitch. That will take you to know where you can find our content. So please, if you want to scan that, if you don't, our tagger name is that. You can, if you want to type that in, give us a follow on those pages. On there. For the NFL, we'll go over this week 12, and then we'll get out of here. We'll close it out, guys. But week 12, we got the Green Bay Packers and LA Rams. This is week 12. Michael Parsons could be back by then, but and this is actually in LA. The DraftKings has LA winning this game. I feel like Rams could win this game. Rams is going to be a pretty hard team to beat. I feel like they will be one of those teams that you gotta score quick, fast, and just keep scoring and keep them from scoring, and that's gonna probably be pretty hard to do. So, yeah, I would definitely go Rams on here too. I think the Rams could take this win for them too. So, yeah, give me Rams. I think Rams could take the win for here on Thursday. game. This will be a very interesting Thursday game. I will put Puka Nakua um, for the first TD if they bring back the FanDuel jackpot. I would do Puka. I think Puka. I think a lot of people will bet on Puka here for the game. I'm pretty sure his odds were going to be crazy low because he'll probably be the main person that people will feel like he would win. I'll definitely do first TD on him too because I feel like he'll get an any TD and a first TD. Um, that's mostly majority time what I usually do the bets on when it comes to bets for the NETD. Like I say, guys, you definitely will have to join us on the recap shows and the Thursday shows where I will be doing the Thursday shows again at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time before the game come on, where I will just only be discussing the actual game. We'll be using prop finders and we'll be using DraftKings um, bets, guys. I'll be looking over some stuff on Real. I wish Real had the site, but I can't pull it up for some reason on my laptop. It won't do it. I logged in and it still won't do it unless someone can tell me how to pull it up on my laptop the correct way. I cannot get it. I logged in. It will not take me to it. So if you know another way, let me know because I like using the Real app. That can help us out. We're definitely going to discuss about bets that first week. We're definitely going to do that Wednesday game and we're going to do the Thursday game. So it'll be a back to back live for me, guys. And it'll be much fun. Like I said, I can't do my top five the first week, and I can't tell you my game of the week because it will not be one. But that week two, I'll definitely give you guys that. So that following week, we'll do all those things on there. But definitely join me on this Thursday game. We'll break it down and just really do some deep dives on this two game. Could be a pretty decent game. Might be one of those games of the week. Could be it has the potential, but we'll have to see because who's all injured, who's all could be returning or already returned and seeing how they have built up to get to this game. So this will be interesting. You have the next game that's a what? Am I reading this wrong? Oh, actually no. Okay, this is actually okay. My bad. Oh, okay. I know why. Because it's a Thanksgiving game. Because I was like, why is this game on Wednesday? So this is the Thanksgiving Eve game, and these are the Thanksgiving games. Because I was like, why is there so many games on this Thursday? So yeah, there are four games that I like here on Thursday because this will be for Thanksgiving, guys. So starting off on the Thanksgiving day while y'all are eating, you start off with Chicago and the Denver Lions, the Detroit Lions. This is actually in Detroit. This will be the kickoff game here. I think here, this is on CBS. Um, if Chicago still doesn't have a wide receiver by now, because I feel like I have to see how they go at for wide receiver position. If they could show me they have some wide receivers now. They're throwing it all over the place to different wide receivers. Then the Chicago Bears could. I mean, it could confuse the defense, but um, could it happen? I feel like they have to have some type of safety blanket. Could they find it? Maybe so. So, but I think I will go Detroit here. I think give me Detroit for the Thanksgiving win for the first morning. I mean, first afternoon game here. You have actually Philadelphia in the Dallas Cowboys. This is in Dallas. They got Dallas winning. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Eagles are probably going to do an upset. Give me my Eagles. I'm not gonna go against my Eagles all the time. Give me Eagles. This is actually in Texas. Dallas, Texas. This is in Dallas, Texas. But I will go with Eagles. I think Eagles for the upset. I love this night game. Um, hopefully Patrick is either back or already been playing because this has we already know these two teams play crazy. It's down to the last wire, last minute. This is a could be a exciting game. You have Kansas City versus Buffalo. Buffalo has got very better. This would be a great test for Buffalo. Great afternoon, well, great night. Thanksgiving game for Buffalo. This is actually in Buffalo. I think Buffalo needs to win this game. I think I will go Buffalo because Buffalo has to win this game, especially if Patrick Mahomes is back for Thanksgiving. So give me Buffalo. So once again, give me Detroit. Give me. I will go Eagles here, and I will go Buffalo here for these four games for on the Thanksgiving day. We have one Black Friday game here. This will be very tough. So I probably won't do a inside the mind of Miami for here, guys. I might do it. It depends on how I'm feeling, guys. We'll probably do it I'll probably do it early in the morning because I probably won't be working. I'll probably do it early in the morning and just discuss all of the games and what what ways you can go on some of the bets for the afternoon game. We'll just stick around and see. I'll just probably do all four games in one live before the game come on because it doesn't come on until 1 o'clock. So we'll try to do it real early. We'll probably do that. I'll probably do this one around I'll say maybe 10 o'clock maybe in the morning. We'll just knock it out and get you guys my thoughts about these games and just give y'all a couple of thoughts about what I think who's going to score and what how the game is going to go. Definitely will probably do. Let's see. This is a Friday game. Well, I definitely won't do that because that's 3 o'clock p.m. So that'll kind of be pretty hard. But this is what's a Black Friday game because it is on Prime Video. They normally did this. They did this last year. You have Denver versus the Pittsburgh Steelers again. This is actually in Pittsburgh. This time they got Denver winning. I had Denver winning the last game. But give me Pittsburgh here because Pittsburgh might get they win back here. If it's the opposite way around, you'll have Detroit maybe winning the game. I'm the winning this game if the Pittsburgh still win the first game. So we'll have to see. Not that many Sunday games, guys. I already going to tell y'all because I remember last year it was like that. So we will start off with some of the morning games. Now I remember last year that some of those games was weird. But I actually like this. I actually like this lineup. If you got a good healthy team, you're going to start off with Saints and Carolina. Let's say Carolina. I mean the Cincinnati Bengals for the morning game. This is actually in Cincinnati. They have Cincinnati winning. Give me Saints because I feel like Saints has to win that big one. They have to prove to me that they have to win the boom. Not saying that the Bengals will not win, especially if Joe Burrow is staying healthy. I feel like I kept telling you guys that Joe Burrow has to show everyone that he is here and he's still here. He's not going to be out of that conversation with the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allen. I feel like that conversation has fell off, and now people only talk about is this Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. And I feel like um, the Bengals have to get back into that conversation. The next game that probably won't probably be a decent game. That second game will be the Raiders and the Browns. This will probably be under, maybe especially. I don't know how. We'll have to definitely see, but I will still go under. This is gonna be in Cleveland. They got it 40. I will go maybe under. They got Cleveland win this game. Maybe I think maybe Cleveland will win this. And this will probably be a game that will be very not probably high scoring, especially if by now because by now, will these two teams what they will be playing for? Who knows? Unless their division is gonna fall apart, but these two are probably in two of the toughest division that they probably won't be at the top of their division. I don't think so. Um, can Cleveland possibly come in maybe third? Maybe that depends on how Watson does. So that's just my thoughts for Cleveland, but I don't still see them as a credible threat. But they could win this game. You got New York and the Colts. They actually got the Colts winning this game. Give me New York. I feel like New York could make a possible upset. I'm not saying the Colts will not put up a great fight because we know how they will be good at the run. Where you got JT at the run, you still got um, Jones throwing the ball. You got the great tight end that was playing the rookie tight end Watson at the tight end spot, so they can still put up a good fight. But I feel like New York just has that on paper they have a great team. As long as this team can stay healthy, especially by now, Scatterboo should be back or almost coming back. So if Scatterboo's back, guess what? They can run that ball as much as they can. I feel like Scatterboo has to show us that he's back healthy and he can be a threat as a running back. I'm about to say quarterback, running back. So give me New York. I'll go New York here for the upset. They have the Colts for the win, but I will go New York. You got Jets in Miami here. Um this could possibly be another low scoring game. This is actually in Miami. They have Miami winning. Yeah, give me Miami. I feel like Miami could maybe possibly take a win. I would. This will be another game. I would not lie to you guys. Could go under 40. So these are two games. Well, this game and the Miami game could go unders. These could be your under games. I like this Atlanta and Vikings game here. This probably will not be a bad game. This is actually in Minnesota. I will go Minnesota too. I feel like Miami will do a great job. I mean, not Miami, but Atlanta will do a great job with the Vikings. But I feel like the Vikings will win this. Yeah, give me Vikings too. I will go Vikings here. You got Baltimore and Houston. This could be another possibly good game too. Um, here. So these two games back to back, I like these two games on paper. These two feel like they can possibly live up to the hype. This is actually in Houston. They have Houston winning. I feel like Baltimore could come out with a win. Give me Baltimore. I feel like I say, we're down to that end of the week where you got to win game, must win games. I feel like Baltimore has to win this game. But like I say, Houston, if they are the any type of defense they were, they will be that incredible threat that they used to be. They could put up a great fight. So Houston could be a great team. Um, you got Seattle and you have Seattle and San Francisco. I don't think Seattle. Yes, they got JSN. Yes, they got Sam Donald, but I feel like now their running game is not there no more. It would be very interesting to see can they still be that same team. I don't think so. I don't think they'll be that same team. Yes, they'll still be decent, but I don't think they'll be that same type of Super Bowl team. They got 49ers win. This is actually in the 49ers stadium. Give me 49ers. This is an afternoon game. Yeah, I'll go 49ers too. Beating Seattle. And this is a division game. This could go under. These two are very familiar with each other. This will probably be a good, decent match. But I still will take the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I love this next game. This is actually a night game. As long as these two teams, like I said, I keep saying it over and over again, teams have to be healthy at this time of the time. We're kind of like down to the last couple weeks of the NFL. You have New York. I mean, not you. You have the New England Patriots versus the Chargers. I like this. They actually have the Chargers winning because they're at home. Um, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe New England could come up with the upset because, like I said, we're down to that week where a lot of teams are going to try to win as much game and trying to win games to secure their playoff wins. I won't lie. I think New England could come out and play well, but we'll have to see. Like I say, Chargers will probably do a great job too in this game, so we'll have to see. Um, for the Monday game, for the Monday night game, you have Carolina and Tampa Bay. This is actually in Tampa. They got Tampa winning. Give me Carolina. Tampa Bay is not the team that could show us the they're going to come back and be the same. I think Baker will really struggle with not having his weapons. Shouts out to you, Bobby. Hi, you too, Bobby. Thanks for liking the YouTube video. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that on that. We do not have no one on the bye week for that week, so that week there will be a bye week for anyone. Um, yeah, no, appreciate you that, man. Shouts out to everybody. Thanks to the 143 people that came to the inside of the NFL Mind. I would like to thank the marketer, Greg, for pushing the live because I had to go live on time. I wanted to go live on time. If you guys would like to know where to follow us or know where to find us on our socials. I will start with our YouTube. That's Talk It Up Podcast on YouTube, or you can find us on YouTube. You can like, subscribe, follow us. We got a couple shorts on there. A lot of inside of the NFL Mind shorts on there. We got me and my co-host got a lot of DWE radio content over there. So you guys if you're into wrestling, you can go over there and check it out, or go check us out on Spotify, DWE Radio. It's on Spotify. Shouts out to everyone who's been giving us the listen on Spotify. We have 23, I think 23, 24 episodes on there already. And thanks to everyone who's been checking us out on Spotify. Um, we're all actually available on Twitch. We have two Twitch pages, so it doesn't matter which one you follow. We're on DWE Radio, and we're on DWE TV. Shouts out to Greg. Shouts out to you, man. Thanks you for everything you do. So shouts out to the media CFO of DWE, man. He's a media guy who pushes the live for everyone on here at DWE, who goes live on the TV page. So shouts out to you, man. Appreciate you though for doing that, Greg. Speaking of the X page, you can follow us on X. That's DWETV on X. That's trademark. Congratulations to us for getting that trademark. DWTV. So thanks for that. Doing that to the CEO of DWE. So shouts out to him for doing that. And follow me on X. That's Miami the Great 305 on X. I'm available to X. If you do forget that, like I say up here, you can scan that QR code. That will take you to everyone who's on the DWE team, who's with us. They have you. If you look in the bio, that's everyone's X account on X that you can follow everyone on X of the DWE team. If you scroll down below, you will see all of those pages that I was telling you about, from X to Twitch, and the X pages of me and Final Boss on that QR code. So give us a follow on there. I will be back live again. We will kick this off of we'll kick everything off for week 13 and 14. So we're kind of close to closing out the um schedule. So I think the reason why I'm getting the schedule kind of down, because hopefully as we get closer to the weeks, hopefully DraftKings will start putting in a little more bets. If not, we will still go over there, because there's a lot of bets I want to point out to you guys that will make you guys kind of say, okay, I see why Miami say this person might be a wide receiver in the NFL, because DraftKings has them on a slips and for this year of being sort of for some bets. So we'll definitely see that this year of the NFL. So we'll definitely talk about DraftKings. Like I say, we got prop finders as we get close. Like I said, we're only 11 weeks away. We're really close to that. Even if we do miss a week, I will announce it, because like I said, I know a lot of news is coming out about NBA. So I'm trying to wait and get close, because there has not been so much more information that came out for NFL. We kind of get into the training camp. Everyone's doing training camp, but as we get closer, we've been doing more shows. I might go back to doing one show. We'll probably be back live next week. But like I say, stay tuned. You never know. what could be coming up. So give everyone a follow on those pages. You can catch everyone. Later on tonight, you will catch CJ. He would be doing the NXT recap. So catch that 11 p.m. 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for coming to Inside the NFL Mind of Miami. I will catch you guys again, and please give me a follow. We are out.
Hey, okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold. Unlocking the door.